We're live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Against the Ropes podcast. Gio Garcia here alongside Christian Mosqueda. And we have a very special guest joining us today. A gentleman who just had a victory, man. Fresh off a victory, Chris, this past Saturday on ESPN. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Blunose Lopez.
Lopez.
Welcome, sir. Welcome.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me, man.
Let's hit him with that popper type, man. Yeah, man. Thank you for joining us. First of all, Adam, fresh off a win, man. How's it been since? I saw you at the gym. I believe it was Monday. You're in there just kind of hanging around, helping out some of the guys out there. But how you feeling fresh off this win?
Good. I feel a lot better now, healed up. No soreness no more. I got a few bruises left, but I feel good. It's hard to stay at the gym for me. It's just a place I like being, even if it's just hanging out, even if I'm not training. I just like being around fighters. I got a few amateurs I'm training as well, so that alone keeps me busy, keeps me in the gym just about every day. But yeah, I'm doing good, man. I feel good. Feel good about the victory. Glad I got a little time off, and I'll be ready to get back in there soon.
100%. And we'll mention the gym in a little bit, and we'll get into details with all that. But majority decision, man. A very tough fight. You've been having a series of tough fights. Were you nervous at all when we see crazy things in boxing, but were you nervous at all when they were rating the scorecards and when you guys were waiting there for the official decision?
No, in my heart, I felt like I won. I feel like I definitely won right after the fight. So when I heard the first call where it was a draw, I looked at my coach. I was like, damn, the draw. And he's like, hey, we'll see what the rest say. And, the last two judges had it in my favor by a few rounds. Yeah, I felt like I won convincingly. Watching the fight over, it was definitely closer than I thought in my mind. First few rounds, I don't know if it was ring rust or just me trying to force everything. I gave away the first three, maybe four. I didn't look too good. I didn't look too sharp. I was kind of letting him do whatever he wanted to do. But once I kind of relaxed in there and got back on my rhythm, it was easy money.
Hey, there you go. You were facing Jason Sanchez, a fighter that was 15-2 at the time. 2 years your senior. What are some things that you learned from this bout?
Just to relax, and don't put so much pressure on myself. Before the fight, they had asked me, like, how do you see the fight playing out? And I was like, oh, I'm going to knock the dude out. Mm-hmm. I'm going to stop him, like, no later than the 6th round. So in my mind, I was like, I got to get him out. And that alone was kind of putting pressure on me and taking me away from the game plan. Everything we worked on in camp just kind of went out the window in the beginning. And it wasn't me. It wasn't how I usually look. So I had to get that out of my head, and I had to learn right then and there in the middle of the fight. I had to make the adjustments. And if I didn't, I would have lost. So, it was a good learning lesson, but, at least I won the fight and I still learned. That's the main thing.
And this was sort of the, depending the NABF feather title. How important is it to, defend, quote unquote, like an interim title that will get you closer to these title bouts?
It's important. You got to show out. You got to defend what's yours, what you earned. The belt was the fight I won the belt with was a very tough fight. So for me, it's a huge belt. My father used to have this belt back in the day. So that alone it means a lot for me. And it's the North American title. I'm the champ of North America, and I got to represent.
Yes, sir. Big shout out to Sean from Just Boxing, who's here on the check-in. But Adam, you mentioned that you were looking maybe for the knockout a little bit too much, and we heard your trainer, Buddy McGirt, emphasize that, right? He was getting on your ass about that. Talk about the relationship with Buddy McGirt, because I've been fortunate to be able to kind of see it in person. But for those who may not know, a trainer like Buddy McGirt, how is that relationship with him?
It's a blessing, man. Buddy, he treats me like I'm his son. He's taken me under his wing over the last few years. He's been in my corner since my 4th professional fight. And, I got 17 now. So he's been there for a while. He's seen me grow. He's seen me make mistakes. He's seen me learn from them. And he gives me advice on everything, inside the ring, outside the ring. He's like a father figure to me. It's a blessing to have Buddy in my life. It's a blessing to have him in my camps, in my corners. blessing to have his phone numbers to call him whenever I need him. He's a living legend. You know, he's been there. He's done that. He's been to the top. He's been to the bottom, and he knows how to get to both places.
100%. And Adam, you get this big victory on ESPN. Huge card. A lot of people are watching. What do you want next for yourself? We know that there's been a lot of uncertainty because of the pandemic, and you've been able to fight a couple times right at the bubble. What's next for Adam Lopez?
I want to get another few fights in, you know, before the summertime. I want to fight as much as I can this year. I want to get, you know, if I could fight 5 times this year, I'll fight 5 times. I'm going to just stay ready, you know. I mean, after this last fight, I'm going to take a little, you know, maybe a week or 2 off and just relax, let my body recuperate. But I would like to fight as soon as I can. I mean, I can't really call out any names, but I would like a title shot by the end of this year. But I know I'm not there yet. I know I'm not even ranked in the top 10. So I got to get my rankings up. So I gotta get these fights in so I can get some rankings, and you know, hopefully get a title shot by the end of the year.
You know, that just kind of reminded me right now, the whole Shakur thing, man. It was interesting because I believe it was on Jose Valdez live when you guys are going back and forth. I don't know if you remember that, Adam. I happened to be on that live, and I saw you guys kind of going back and forth. I didn't know if that was the first time or if you guys had exchanged words before. But what was that all about? Or what has that whole thing?
There's been a lot of talk between Shakur and I. I think it started, Ellie Setback came in the gym and did an interview with me and Buddy just mentioned that we would like Shakur and Adam would beat Shakur. And I guess it got back to Shakur and he took it very personal. And he started talking trash on Twitter. I replied to it one time and I said, "What's up? Like, let's fight." And I was like, "You're the champ, bro. Like, you can make it happen. I can't do nothing from where I'm at." And he's like, just talking shit, just calling names, like just being immature, being very ignorant. Then that passed, and then something else happened on Instagram, and then the live, and then he's just like talk shit about Buddy, talk shit about me. He's just he just seems very immature. But yeah, I don't think they're gonna make that fight happen. And if they do, I gotta really put the pressure on Top Rank and him to make it happen. It's a risk that I don't see he would take.
Yeah, and just to, Chris, before you get to your question, just to kind of paint the picture from what I saw or heard, whatever, I think it was Jose Valdez live, and I think it was actually Nico's fight. Nico Hernandez, who was fighting at Bare Knuckle, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. And I was just watching, you know, what Jose was broadcasting the fight, and then all I see in the comment section is these guys with blue checks going back and forth at each other. So I thought that was really interesting. So I'm pretty sure you got a lot of questions, you know, about Shakur.
Yeah, Jose was watching. He was laughing. I remember him telling me afterwards. But yeah, I just saw him in live, and I just made a comment towards him. It was nothing. I never make it personal towards him. I mean, I got nothing against Shakur. He likes to make it personal, and that's on him. I don't know what's up with him. I don't know what I did, but I just want the fight. I just want to fight Shakur. Nothing personal towards him. I think it'd be a good fight for boxing. And I think I could beat him.
Yeah. So Adam, you don't shy away from the names. One of the names that popped up and put you in the mix was the last minute replacement against Oscar Valdez. Can you tell me how that fight came to be and what was your mindset going into that fight?
Yeah, before that fight, I had always wanted to fight Oscar when he was the featherweight champ. I was a featherweight contender, and I thought down the line, like, oh, that'd be a great fight. And I think I beat Oscar. I had met Oscar back in the day when I was about 13 years old in Mexico City when he was at the Olympic Village getting ready for the Olympics. He was, you know, we were cool back then. Had no clue what was going to happen in the future. But yeah, so we were both scheduled to fight on that card. It was in 2019. He was the main event. I was just on the undercard, just to stay busy fight for me. And his opponent comes in 11 pounds heavy, and they're looking for a replacement. They're struggling, and I was the first person I asked. And I remember I had just gotten off the scale. I was about to go ahead to go eat with my team, and they grabbed me real quick, and they're like, "Hold on, they got to talk to you about something." I was like, "All right, what's up?" And they threw the question at me, and I was like, "Whoa, are you serious?" And I looked at my coach, and he was dead serious. He's like, "What's up? What do you think?" I was like, "I could beat him." I told my coach, I was like, "I could beat him." And my coach was like, "All right, if you think you could beat him, then I trust you." And Buddy didn't watch film on him. He's never seen Oscar fight before. He didn't know who he was. He just said, "If you believe you could beat him, I believe in you. Let's go do it." And just like that, we went to go eat, let the managers deal with the business side, negotiated the payment and everything, and boom, we just went in and fought.
Yeah, that the narrative was that you guys knew each other from the past, and that this was more of a you had to prove something to him, right? Type of fight. And when I was seeing the fight, it seemed like a lot of people were thinking maybe you were not on his level. But when we saw the fight, me personally seeing that fight, I thought you were fighting one of those fights, the fights of your life. I thought people know the level of Oscar Valdez, but people were were getting to see you and your skills. How were you feeling? Tell me about that fight. How you were feeling, in the early rounds, catching him with those jabs, and taking it to him.
Knocking him down too. Don't
Yeah.
forget.
Yeah. I just treated it like another fight. I just treated it like I was going in there against another opponent. He got two hands, I got two hands. I'm gonna use my skills to get my hands in there. And yeah, I was a bit nervous. I've never been on that type of stage, brought up so quick. I was kind of bombarded with, everything previous to the fight. As soon as the fight got announced, my phone starts blowing up, social media starts going crazy. I got interviews, I got photo shoots, and I'm just like, damn, like I came here for a little fight just to, stay busy, get a little check, go home and relax. But I got thrown in with this, and I had to just kind of take a step back and relax. I remember right after the weigh-ins, all the everything I had to do, there's photo shoots, interviews, that my body was just drained. I just went down, I lay down, and I was out. Got some good sleep. But the beginning of the fight, I felt good. I felt like I was controlling most of it, the whole thing, and he was landing some good shots. But once I caught him, I know I got my respect. I know that he was overlooking me. I know everybody who had no clue who I was overlooking me. They thought Oscar was gonna just walk through me and knock me out, and I had something for him. I used my skills, I used my smarts, and the jab. Honestly, the jab was the key in that fight. It set up everything, and that set up the knockdown. It set up me controlling it. It was just a great experience.
Mm-hmm.
Does the outcome still bother you a little bit? A lot of people thought it was maybe a premature stoppage, especially that you had won a lot of those rounds. Does that still kind of bother you a little bit, Adam?
It bothered me for some time afterwards, but I can't let that get to me. It's boxing. It is what it is. I knew what was gonna happen going in. They didn't want me there. That I was just supposed to be a replacement. I wasn't supposed to upset nobody. I was supposed to just get my paycheck and go home. But they had a plan for Oscar, and I was gonna mess it all up. It's boxing. I can't do nothing about it. It's definitely, I think, the wrong call. I think it was a bad stoppage, but it is what it is. I got the chance to show my skills. I got the chance to show the world who I am, and it was worth it.
And while we're on that topic, huge fight for Oscar this Saturday. Man, what you got to say about that Berchelt against Oscar Valdez fight?
I think it's a great fight. Great fight for boxing. I think Berchelt might be a little too big and strong for him. I felt like I was able to kind of muscle Oscar around, and I'm not the strongest featherweight, and he's going up against a 30-pounder who's a very strong 30-pounder. But we're gonna see what he got left in the tank. Oscar's been in a lot of wars, and he's got another war coming this Saturday. Berchelt, he's tough, man. He's strong. But it's boxing. Anything could happen. One lucky punch could end the whole night. So we'll see what happens. I'm hyped up for this one. It's gonna be a really good fight.
Are you picking a winner, or are we gonna put you against the ropes if we ask?
I'm kind of leaning a little more towards Berchelt. I just think he's got a little more in his gas tank. I think he's a little too strong. Like I said, we got to see what Oscar got left in the tank.
Do you think it's knockout, or does it go to the decision?
Someone's getting knocked out for sure.
Hey,
Somebody's gonna get knocked out.
Yeah, man. Saturday ESPN for those of you who I'm pretty sure everybody knows, right? But just in case you guys forgot, this Saturday ESPN, Miguel Berchelt against Oscar Valdez. It should be fire, and the whole card is crazy, Chris, and we could talk about it a little bit later. But we'll get our last few questions off for Adam here.
Adam, I think I know the answer to this, but what would a rematch with Oscar Valdez mean to you, and would you welcome that rematch?
I would love a rematch. I would really love a rematch, but I don't think they're gonna give me that rematch. I've talked to Top Rank. They said it doesn't sound likely. It would mean a lot. I know I'd definitely beat him with the full training camp and complete preparation for Oscar. I'll beat Oscar, but it's very rare. I don't think we're gonna see it, but there's bigger names out there. I'm just starting my career out. He's kind of going near the end of his. If it happens, it happens. But I'll be all right with or without him.
Hey, I'm gonna take it back a little bit, Adam. I want to know, how did it start for you? When did you first lace up those gloves?
I mean, boxing's been a part of my family. I come from a line of fighters. My dad was a silver medalist. He always was taking me to the gym, as a baby. I always used to mess around with my brother when we were younger. We just throw gloves on and start punching each other. But when I really started training, I think I was about 10 years old. My mom never really wanted me to get into boxing, so she always pushed me and my brother into different sports: basketball, football, soccer, anything. She just wanted us to stay away from boxing. So once I got of age, I kind of started figuring out. There was a few fighters at my school, and I found out where the gym was, and I followed them there, and I started training and let my mom know what was up. I said, "Mom, this is what I want to do. I've always wanted to do it. I want to box." And I was about 12 years old, and she said, "All right, if you want to do this, you got to do this, correctly, because it's not a game. It's a very serious sport. It's dangerous." So I said, "All right, Mom, this is what I want to do." And I had my first fight when I was about 12 years old, and
street fight or real fight, or like boxing
fight? Amateur fight. Yeah, I had my first amateur fight when I was 12. But I still continue to play football off and on. So I was bouncing back and forth between football and boxing. And then eventually when I was about 15, I just kind of cut everything else off and just focused on strictly boxing and pursued it all the way.
Does your mom watch your fights? Does she decide not to watch them? Or how does she go about that?
If it wasn't for COVID, she'd be there. She's been at every single fight, no matter what. She's always there, no matter what. She's watching, no matter what. I know it's tough for her, but she's 100% supporting my career.
Hey.
And you mentioned you're a football guy, right? Is that like your main sport besides soccer? Besides boxing, I'm sorry.
When I was younger, I used to like playing football a lot. Football or basketball, I used to play all the time growing up. But now that I'm strictly boxing and it's my profession and how I make money, I don't play anything else because I can't risk any type of injuries.
100%. And we got an interesting question from our guy Sean. You were on his podcast before too, Just Boxing. Shout out to him. Did Adam ever confirm if his dad took Bob Arum's daughter to prom?
I haven't confirmed that, man. I have not confirmed that. I haven't been able to sit down with Bob yet. He's got so much going on every time I see him, so I haven't really been able to sit down and talk to him. But it's definitely a question. When I saw him over the weekend, I was like, man, I want to ask him what really happened, but I just couldn't get a one-on-one sit down with him. But I'm gonna ask him. I'll find out eventually.
And then another question, taking it back, Adam. Blunose. How did that come about?
Blunose. My brother gave me that nickname when we were younger. He said I used to just fight like a pit bull. And blue has always been my favorite color. So he kind of just started calling me a little Blunose, and it kind of just rung. I liked it, and I stuck with it. And since then, it's been a pretty cool name.
Hey, what are some things that you do on your free time other than boxing, other than hitting people in the face, of course? What are some other things that you're involved with that people might not know?
Coaching. I like coaching, man. I got a couple fighters myself. amateur fighters. I've coached some pro fights before.
Hey.
Boxing's my main focus. I love boxing. I also got a couple dogs. I got a 2-year-old German Shepherd and
Hey.
a 6-month-old Malawak. So they keep me busy on my days off. Going to the parks, going on runs, and then I like playing video games and watching movies.
Hey. A Malawak, I've never heard of that. What kind of breed is that?
It's Belgium. It's mixed with a Dutch Shepherd and a Belgian Malawak. They're like the new police dogs. They're pretty insane. They're high energy dogs. They're like quick German Shepherds, like thin,
Okay.
lean German Shepherds. They're insane. They're really crazy dogs. She's so smart. She's such a smart dog.
All right. So these are your running buddies then. I'm
Oh
assuming.
yeah, definitely. They run with me. They keep me running sometimes when I don't want to run. I gotta take them out running.
Hey. I want to ask another question. Taking it back to to Buddy. What does it mean having somebody with that much experience in your corner, with so much, that he's done in the sport? What does it mean to you just having that type of influence in that corner?
It's just a blessing, man. I feel like it's meant to be. The way Buddy and I crossed paths, it was just meant to be. He was supposed to be in my corner. He was supposed to help me get where I'm supposed to be at. And I know I keep his spirit alive. He's told me so many times. He's like, man, if it wasn't for you, I would be done with this. He's like, but I want to see you make it. I want to see you succeed. I want to see you reach your goals. So it means a lot. Buddy McGirt, he's a living legend. And he's done it. He's done it before. He don't got to do this no more. But he's helped me out a lot. He's helped me. He's motivated me. He's keeping my head straight. He's teaching me so many different things on the way that I'm not even realizing. It's just a blessing to have Buddy.
For the people that just see him as a coach but don't know what personality or what kind of person he is, what kind of a trainer is he to you? Is he strict? Is he relaxed? What kind of a trainer is he to you?
He's a jokester, man. He's always cracking jokes all day in the gym. He's always joking around. Just having a great time. He's enjoying, the grind. But when it's time to grind, he's serious. And when he gets serious, you hear it in his voice, and you better get to work. It's always work time, but he's always cracking jokes on the way while we're working.
Hey, when you train your kids, do you take a little bit of Buddy in you, or are you more of a serious coach?
Little of both. A little more serious than Buddy. Buddy's just he just likes to talk a lot and have fun. But I definitely take all of his training tips that he does for me. I run them by my kids, and it helps me in the long run. If I could teach somebody something he's teaching me, that means I could fully comprehend it. So I teach them what I'm learning, and it helps us both.
Yeah, and you know what, Adam? Let's give a shout out to some of the boys that you train there. I've seen some of them in action. Who exactly are you helping out right there at the gym?
I got this kid Aaron Noriega. He's 16 years old. He got 2 amateur fights, and he's coming along real well, very well. He lives right here in Northridge, so he's from California. And then I got another kid, Gabriel Perez, who's 17, who's from Florida. He's another amateur. He's actually living with me right now. He's been here for about a month, and he's got another week left. He's going to nationals in I think March. Yeah, he's a very talented young kid as well. A couple other amateurs in the gym that I'm not training, but I still give as much advice as I can. Justice, I forget his last name, tall kid, man. He's very talented, Justice. A couple pros in the gym as well. Shout out to my boy Check. He's also from Florida, who's living with me. Very talented. Pretty Ricky, Alan Garcia. He's fighting next week. Very talented young kid from Kansas. Skinny Bone Jones. He's a cool sparring partner who really helps me get ready for my fights. Always sharp. That's the team right there, man. We always grinding, pushing each other.
And then also, I mentioned this last week to Chris that I don't even know if this is a thing, but I called you like the unofficial captain of the gym, if that's even a thing. Everybody respects you, and a lot of those young kids look up to you. Describe that dynamic, because, like you said, there's amateurs, there's established professionals, there's veterans, there's great coaches. How does it feel just walking in there, knowing that every day it's very dynamic? There's always something going on there.
It's awesome, man. I mean, that's why it's so hard for me to stay away from the gym. I could go in there and just, just be in there and just be with my people. We got a solid team over there. We got a solid stable of fighters from all over the country, some from all over the world. It's just a great place to be. And, everyone's in there trying to help each other out. It's a tough sport and we're all there trying to give each other advice, whether it's boxing, business, or just life in general. It's an amazing place. And I've never been in any type of environment besides a boxing gym.
Hey.
Yeah, and also I want to send quick shout outs to Martin Saldaña, who trains there, and he's fighting as well on the 27th. Yeah. I know Big Gerald is in there too, heavyweight. Shout out to Carlos Valderas too, who's be on Telemundo nowadays, doing the show. Shout out to all of them, man.
Hell yeah.
Are you watching him on Telemundo, Adam?
Nah, I've seen the clips, but I don't have cable in my house. I don't really watch TV like that, so I haven't seen it. But I just see like his dad sharing it on Instagram, and I watched him compete, and it looks pretty cool, man. I would like to try it. That looks fun.
If you're gonna join next time, be like, "Hey, yo, Carlos, put in a word for me, man. Let me show you how it's done."
It looks fun. Like honestly, it reminds me of what's that other show, American Ninja Warrior. Yeah, it looks fun, man. I hope he's winning and doing his thing, man. He's a very talented kid.
Yeah, that's one way to kind of get away, right? And take a little break from boxing, release that mind, just go out and have fun and come back strong.
Definitely, man. We all need it. We've been doing it for so long. Sometimes you need to let your mind just decompress and relax.
And now that we're on the topic of Carlos, we had him on a previous episode of the podcast, and he actually mentioned how you connected him with Buddy, and I guess you were one of the main reasons why he joined. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, it was after his loss. Yeah, he suffered a tough loss. I've always known Carlos through the amateurs. Him and my brother fought actually years ago. And I always remember his dad always was very, very respectful to me and my brother and my family every time he saw us. So me and Carlos just eventually followed each other on Instagram. And after his loss, he reached out to me and he just told me like, "Hey man, like I'm looking for a coach. Like you think Buddy would be interested in training me?" And I said, "Of course he would." I was like, let me give him the good word and let me talk to him. And sat down and talked with Buddy. Buddy didn't know who he was. I just said he's an Olympian. I said he can fight though, Buddy. He's very talented. He's looking for a new coach. I guess he just lost. He suffered a bad loss and he's looking for, a change. And he said, yeah, just give him my number. So gave him his number and boom, they connected. Carlos came by the gym. He checked it out. And since then, yeah, he's been training with Buddy and they've been making some really good adjustments.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. And let me hit you with some last rapid fire questions, Adam. You mentioned movies earlier. What type of movies are you watching nowadays?
Yeah, I like all types of movies. The movie I really liked that I recently watched was Soul by Disney.
I've been hearing.
I don't know if you guys saw that one.
I haven't. But everybody's been talking about it.
Yeah, I haven't been able to see it too. I watched too much
boxing.
It was
a really good movie. Honestly, it really it hits you. It really makes you appreciate life. I really like that movie, and I actually made these fighters over here watch it because I watched it one day. I was like, "Yo, you guys gotta watch this, man. Check this out." And we all sat down and watched it, and they really enjoyed it.
All right, what type of music are you listening to? What's on the playlist nowadays?
It's always like Nipsey Hussle, Tupac, some type of West Coast rap.
That's what I'm talking about.
And then I throw in, I mix it up too. Sometimes like country music or like R&B or something like that. But majority of it is usually like some Nipsey or Tupac, and then I kind of just branch off from them too.
I like it.
El sí sabe.
And what's your go-to meal when you're trying to stay healthy?
When I'm trying to stay healthy, honestly, I like a good breakfast. Breakfast is always my favorite meal. I love, eggs, potatoes, some cheese, tortillas, something like that. Breakfast is my favorite, and then the rest, I could figure something out off of that. But I always have like a morning regimen that I love starting my days with.
Hey, I want to know what the cheat meal is. Like the one where after you make weight, you're like, I gotta eat something. What's the cheat meal, bro?
Cheat meal.
Or after the fight.
I've been hooked on this spot in the valley right here by Northridge, by CSUN. Hawaiian hot chicken. It's a spicy chicken sandwich with Hawaiian bread. So good, man. I've had it twice this week already, man. It's so good.
Another question, bro. Blondes or brunettes? This is
Burnett's.
brunettes. Okay.
Nets.
Don't be getting people in trouble,
For
Chris.
real.
Come on, man.
All right. And final question: what was the first fight that you saw that made you fight? Like made you fall in love with boxing? First professional fight that you saw?
It had to be one of my fathers. You know, I used to watch his fights as a kid, and that's the main exposure I had of boxing since my mom never wanted me to box. She kept me away from it. So watching my dad fight and seeing him up there, you know, doing his thing, just made me want to do it 10 times more.
Yeah, there you go. Adam's gonna be like, yo, my baby's watching this. Yo, you're brunette. I was talking about you.
There you go, man.
You
Stop
go.
trying to get people in trouble.
Saved you, bro. There you go.
It could go either way, but last question for me, Adam, more on a serious note. Advice to those young men or women, you know, looking to get into boxing. You've seen a lot in your young career. You've seen a lot in this sport. Just advice to any of the younger fighters out there trying to get into the sport.
Just work hard, you know, dedicate yourself to this 100%, 110%. You know, it takes everything you got, you know, not just physically, but mentally. You got to be prepared for a long run. It's a tough sport. It's a tough business. So just condition your mind, condition your body for it. And just always put 100% into it, no matter what.
Yeah, there you go.
As
As for me, for me, it's gonna be more of a comment than a question, Adam. As Gio mentioned, he's called you the unofficial captain of that squad over there on that side. And hearing you talk about, you know, wanting to stay in boxing, it's almost unfair to talk about, you know, you want to pursue being a trainer when you're still very young. You're still haven't even entered your prime. But I can see that you're gonna stay in this sport and you're gonna do something big in here. So, you know, can't wait to see your next fights and what happens beyond, man. So thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for taking the time and for us to get to know you a little bit better.
Of course, man. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
100%. And then just any last shout outs, where can people find you, all that good stuff?
You get me on Instagram, Blunose Lopez, BLU. No E on the blue. Blunose Lopez.
Last one, favorite Nipsey song. Or favorite album or mixtape.
Victory Lap was great, but I mean, there's so many Nipsey songs. Man, the song I wanted to walk out to was "Ain't Hard Enough" by Nipsey Hussle, but they said they couldn't find a clean version, so I've been bumping that one. But yeah, Nipsey Hussle, "Ain't Hard Enough." That was one I really listened to a lot during this training camp.
100%, man.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Adam. Just to piggyback off what Chris said, thank you for joining us, and can't wait to have you again. Can't wait to watch you fight again. And thank you very much, man. The marathon continues. Thank you for joining us, my man.
Of course.
All right, man, take care. Thank you.
Bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Adam Blunose Lopez. Let me go ahead and exit this. Well, we can see ourselves, huh? Yeah, but that was Adam Lopez, man, live and direct, fresh off a win this past Saturday. Very good fight, very tough fight. Majority decision, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, that's Blunose, man.
Hey, no, it was great getting to know him. Very centered person, I would say. Not even just a fighter, centered person. You talked about him a little bit, Gio. Got to know him now. You know, he's under the guidance of Buddy McGirt, one of the guys that has one of the most extensive, encyclopedias of boxing. So he's in good hands around a good team. So can't wait to see what's next for Mr. Adam Blunose Lopez.
Yes, sir. And we still have a lot of topics to cover, Chris. That was about 36 minutes. You guys see it here on your screen. Marinez, Commey, unfortunately, our boy, man. We're going to talk about it. ESPN Top Rank and The Zone. They were active this past weekend, and then big fights coming up next Saturday, or this Saturday coming up. But we're going to get into it. Let's take a quick 1 or 2 minute break, Chris. Yeah. And then we'll get back into a quick water break, right? We'll try to keep the show under an hour 30.
We'll try.
All right,
no promises, though.
But we'll take a quick 1 or 2 minutes. I'm sorry for muting myself. 1 or 2 minutes, and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Don't change the channel. we're live.
God them. And I don't know who NM is, man. Flat out.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Thank you guys for hanging in there, man. Let's just go ahead and start off with ESPN, Chris. Let's start off. Obviously, we mentioned already Adam Lopez, majority decision. Got that victory, very close fight. Big shout out to Eric Puente as well. Eric Puente, who's another athlete sponsored by Puro Golpe. He got another victory, 5-0 now. And I don't know if I'm forgetting anything. Jared Anderson got a knockout, heavyweight, impressive knockout. I don't know if I'm forgetting anyone else, but let's jump right into the main event, which was supposed to be the co-main event. If you guys remember, Joe Smith Jr. against Vlasov got postponed, and Richard Commey against Jackson Marinez was the main event. And yeah, man, what can we say about that fight, Chris?
Well, this fight was a crossroads fight, right? These are two guys that both the public know that they need a W. Marinez, coming off that controversial loss to Rolly Ramirez. Commey coming off that knockout.
Romero. Put some respect on Rolly's name.
Commey coming off that knockout defeat to Teofimo Lopez, and so they both needed it. We knew it was power versus boxing skill, right?
God them. And I don't know.
And man, our boy Marinez came up short. He was in there against a power puncher, someone that was hungry to get that W. And I don't know, we saw the fight. He was getting caught. Marinez had his hands down.
He didn't look as sharp as he did against Romero.
Yeah. And you can tell that power was just bothering him. Commey was not respecting Marinez's power. Marinez is known just to be more of a skilled boxer, slick, fighting off the back foot. And yeah, I think Marinez was trying to keep his hands low and find some openings, but now Commey was too powerful, and so we predicted, right? We kind of went with our hearts a little bit, but we knowing that.
But we mentioned it,
yeah,
and you specifically mentioned it that you wouldn't be surprised if a knockout does happen in favor of Commey.
Yeah,
we hate to say it, but you got to be unbiased, because we know how dangerous Commey is, and we emphasized it throughout that whole podcast, with Marinez. So, I think my brother was the only one on the chat who said
Commey
by KO.
Straight out.
Because most people on here were like, decision, Jackson Marinez, right?
Yeah.
But Comey's still a very tough guy, man. Very tough opponent. We saw Teofimo in this corner there. I was kind of surprised, but not really at the same time. It's a very interesting move by Teofimo, man. And not to move on from the fight, but he's doing like a LeBron type of thing. Befriend him. In this case, Teofimo is probably not going to fight him again, right? He's a very dangerous fighter. I mentioned it last week. That he probably would have had trouble with Commey had he not knocked him out that early.
Yeah.
It would have been interesting to see how Teofimo would have taken a Richard Commey punch.
Yeah.
Right. We didn't get to see it, of course, and now they're good friends. Kind of cool to see. Cool to see. But Commey is still that dude. What? He had 26 knockouts and 29 wins prior to this fight. So very dangerous opponent, and he did his thing. You gotta give him props. You texted me that, right? Commey did his thing.
Yeah.
You gotta give him respect.
Yeah, your brother was actually texting me. He's like, "Oh no, he's gonna get knocked out. He's getting caught." I think he was telling me in the second round. I was like, And yeah, that knockout came. It was a very eye-catching knockout. Marinez, just not putting his hands up, getting caught there at the end, across the ropes, and ref, didn't think about it twice, waved it off, and Commey once again back in the picture, man.
Yeah, you know what that I don't know if I'm being biased, but I would have loved to see the ref at least count him out, because he waved it off right away, and Marinez got up actually. I know he was hurt though. You don't want to see him get seriously hurt, but I would have liked to see the ref at least count it out. But I mean, either way, you can't complain. The better man won. Yeah, that's all I can say.
Yeah, and Marinez showed a lot of sportsmanship. We know what kind of a man he is, what kind of person he is. Nothing but respect to Commey. After that, like we said, this is a crossroads fight. One of them was gonna move on and probably get a title shot after these guys duke it out. But Commey's back in the picture, dude. Back like his that power will always put him in that picture, And I don't know if you saw some of the behind the scenes ESPN when they were interviewing some of the Marinez and Commey.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, but just to break it down pretty quick, they asked Commey what that how that Teofimo loss affected him, and he just started crying.
Okay, yeah, I saw that.
He was mentioning the kids back home. He's mentioning Ghana, his home country, and how they were going through some stuff, and then how he felt like I guess he let them down a little bit. With that loss to Teofimo, but he's back in the picture, and República Dominicana, I'm sure they're not feeling so well right now, but they have a lot of respect for this young man and Marinez and the type of person he is, and so we know he'll bounce back. This is boxing. Boxing gives you opportunities, and we'll see what happens next. But Commey back in the picture. Congratulations. One hell of a performance by him, just getting back in the mix.
Yeah, 100%, and hopefully, like you said, Marinez could bounce back, and that rematch of Rollies is still pending, so I wouldn't count him out just because of this loss. But yeah, very interesting, very good cards. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Top Rank. Of course, they got another huge card coming up this Saturday, so I'm liking what I'm seeing from Top Rank, because I was entertained by this card, and we mentioned some of the winners. Unfortunately, our guy Jackson didn't get the victory, but I like Commey, man. He's a very likable dude, very humble guy, and it was interesting to see Teofimo there. But it looked like it was a good show overall. Good fights.
Yeah. I know they asked Teofimo some things right throughout the broadcast.
I'm not sure. I wasn't really paying attention because I had a split screen between the Zone and ESPN, so I was muting one at a time and things like that, because the Zone also had some fights. Probably not as good as ESPN, I would say, just my personal opinion. But yeah, I was watching both, so I didn't hear the commentary. But what were they saying?
I guess they were just mentioning him, the Loma rematch, and he was just saying like, move on, we're moving on, and, he wants to catch bigger fish.
He don't want it.
So yeah, I mean, shout out to Loma. He just had a birthday yesterday. Shout out to that. Okay. Shout out to that.
How old is he now? 33.
Something like that. 33, 34.
Why you laughed?
Nah, because I don't know his
age. That was a good guess. I think that was a good guess.
Around there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Teofimo just in the driver's seat. Richard Commey gets back in that picture. We'll see what happens. It's a stacked division.
Stacked division, man.
Man, that's just hot.
135. I'm hearing some rumors of Devin Haney and Leonard now. Obviously Tank can fight at 35. You got Ryan Garcia. You obviously got Teofimo Lopez. They're saying Lomachenko possibly fighting Nakatani as the next opponent. That's a tough one. And you got a lot of up and comers too at 35. Of course, we mentioned Raymond Murataya, who's going to be the next one up probably after this generation. And then guys who are going to move up eventually, so 35, man, that's where he's at right now. Yeah. That's where a lot of the attention is. And I think it's the hottest division right now, Chris. I don't know if the heavyweight division, I don't know if they have 5, 6, 7 guys like that. I don't know if 168 has 6, 7 guys like that, or what else? 47 even.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that the heavyweight, the welterweights, even the middleweights, those are always those divisions that people just gravitate to. But to say that they have 7, 8 names that deep, can't say that. Like the lightweight division, these young up and comers, and some of the veterans that are still mixing it up. This is a hot division, and hopefully we get those fights made. We know how people feel about Devin Haney. The boxing aficionados. And obviously, the ones that get the respect are the ones that are the Teofimos, and those are the ones that are calling the shots right now. So hopefully, we'll get those guys mixing it in, and we'll see who rises up.
Yeah, you got anything else on ESPN?
No, that's
from last Saturday, because there's still a lot coming up next Saturday. But we'll leave it at that.
Leave it at that, yeah.
All right, for sure. The zone started off early, man. The zone started off early. Kiko Martinez against Barrett, man. Controversial fight. Honestly, we had our guy Tenin Rodriguez in Kiko's corner. I was very impressed by Kiko Martinez, a veteran, 34 years old, if I'm not mistaken, uh, fighting at a higher weight. Man, he was putting in work. He was
Yeah.
putting in work. He showed that veteran, all that experience, el colmillo, right? I saw him winning a lot of the rounds. I saw him edging a lot of the rounds, very close, but I saw him being more active. But I can't say I was surprised, Chris. I can't say I was surprised. The fight was in the UK. Had a couple judges score at 118 for Barrett, which is crazy. Eddie Hearn, you saw his reaction. He wasn't happy. He was talking about how are we gonna convince fighters to come to fight to the UK if they're being disrespected like Kiko Martinez was. Bad scorecards, but I think Kiko's still in the picture nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, Kiko makes it interesting for anybody that wants to, I guess, pick up a name. But he's not going to make it easy for anybody. I think this fight showed how, like you mentioned, all the experience that Kiko has had fighting, all the names in that division and even the lower divisions. And it kind of showed his opponent, Barrett, that was, he hasn't had this type of competition yet. And it kind of exposed him a little bit.
I heard him a couple times.
And
yeah,
and so of course, nobody agrees with that 118, 110. That is definitely like a highway robbery. If they made him closer, we talked about this before on the podcast. You make it closer, then you can give it to the hometown guy. But definitely highway robbery for Kiko Martinez. I actually saw this fight delayed, but I saw Sergio Martinez tweet out, and that's why I started paying attention.
Yeah.
Sergio Martinez, saying like, "Oh, Kiko era grande, robado, blah blah blah." That's when I went. I was like, "Oh, what's going on?" And I logged into the zone. Saw it a little bit late, but yeah, this is unfortunate. Somebody at that end of his career to get one big fight in and to not see it go his way. I'll give props to Eddie Hearns for even though that's his fighter, him calling it out how it is and still giving Barrett his props because it was a close fight. He could have gone to his side. It was just the controversial scorecard that tainted that bout.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And just to name some of the names, Carl Frampton back in 2013 and 2014, who Frampton actually had Kiko Martinez winning. I'll try to pull up our Instagram. I took a screenshot of some of the tweets and all that a lot of people in the boxing world were reacting to this. But Carl Frampton, Scott Quigg. Now, he lost to all or most of these guys, but he still has that's great experience. Leo Santa Cruz, Josh Warrington back in 2017, Gary Russell Jr. I mean, he's fought a lot of big names. Obviously, hasn't been on the right side of a lot of these decisions, but I definitely felt like he deserved this one, and we'll try to get him on the podcast, Chris.
Yeah, for me, it's impressive. Somebody coming from Spain, a country that's not very known for boxing.
Yeah,
it's a football country, and for him to base all the names throughout his career, coming up short but still being there, even at 34 years old, to still be in great shape, still be motivated, and to pull out a performance like this and not get some type of respect. He is going overseas. He's going at this end of his career, fighting in a foreign country, and not giving a respectable scorecard. It's kind of unfair. I know that they're vouching for a rematch. I'm not sure if that's gonna happen. I don't know if they want to put him in again with Barrett. Maybe not the most wise choice, but Kiko Martinez definitely deserves big paydays, especially at this end of his career.
Yeah, 100%. And hopefully we could get him on the podcast, man. We'll contact our guy Tenin and Kiko and see what's up with that. But the zone, that was a great card, and of course the headliner, the fight that I definitely did not expect this to happen. I've said this many times on this podcast. I like Josh Warrington. I've been very critical, to say the least, of UK fighters, but Josh Warrington is a guy that I've never said anything negative about.
Up until now.
Yeah, up until now, man. Hey, Mauricio Lara, 22-year-old Mexican. What was he, 22-2 prior to the fight? Dominated Josh Warrington, man. To say the least, dominated Josh Warrington.
And man, honestly, Josh Warrington, like you said, he's one of those fighters I was just impressed. Just his wins over Frampton, Lee Selby, Kid Galahad. I just remember I was like, this guy, he doesn't fight like a British fighter. He's very, I don't know, he's very entertaining, very quick, very sharp, very fast. I really thought he was one of the. I mean, I still think he's got the goods for a British fighter, but definitely did not see this coming. Definitely did not see this coming. I didn't know who Lara was.
Yeah,
this
never
is
heard of
supposed to be a stay busy. It wasn't even for a title. It was
if you guys remember correctly, Warrington won a bigger fight, so he vacated his title. So this wasn't even a title fight.
Yeah.
He was looking for bigger names, and I mean Mauricio Lara kind of ruined his plans.
When I started watching the fight, I was like, I don't know, I just felt like it was gonna be another, walk in the park for whoever is the name, the A side.
But let me stop you there, because the thing that always worried me about Warrington was his knockout percentage.
Yes.
He had 30 wins, only 7 knockouts.
Yeah.
So to me, that's always worrisome. Obviously, the way that he beat Frampton, he's a guy who throws a lot of punches, but against a tough guy like Mauricio Lara, man, and he hurt Lara in the first round. He kind of hurt him a little bit, and Lara survived, and he kept going, and we all saw what happened. But yeah, if you want to continue with the point you're gonna make,
Mauricio Lara, he was not the fastest guy. Not the most skillful, you can say, but he has that power, and he's got that like you said, that just a tough dude. Great chin, took some good shots.
Nothing to lose.
Towards the end of the fight, you saw his face was looking like he was the one losing.
Yeah, he was getting hit. Swollen. The difference was he took him better than Warrington.
He took a better punch, and you mentioned that exactly, that knockout percentage. 30 plus fights, only 7 knockouts. Yeah. That just makes you feel like someone's gonna one day come through you and not respect your power. What Warrington has going is that volume punching, a lot of volume, a lot of punches and bunches, almost like a Michael Bradley. I know you don't like Michael Bradley, not Mike. Timothy Bradley.
Bro, that's a soccer player.
Timothy Bradley. Tim Bradley. But it's like just that the relentlessness and volume punching, and yeah, he came up against number 8 ranked IBF contender.
I heard number 10. I don't know which one's correct, but he was not top 5, top 6, top 7.
Yeah, but tough dude, great chin, good power, relentless, fighting overseas, no crowd. Maybe the crowd helped, or maybe it was against Warrington because he's used to that. We know how the Brits get, very loud, very boisterous.
It would have been cool to see them give a standing ovation to Lara, though. I'm pretty sure they would have given him one.
Yeah, because it's not easy being 22, unknown, brought in just to, pat that record. And yeah, Lara gets in the mix, man. He's a young fighter, hungry fighter. Took a huge risk coming over. Pretty much had nothing to lose, though. Didn't have much to lose.
Nothing to lose.
And, he cashed out. So, I'm kind of curious how much money he made. I'm guessing not much.
We got to look that up.
Yeah.
I'm going to say less than 50K.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I think 50K tops.
Hopefully everything paid, though.
Yeah.
Nice vacation in the UK, London.
Dang. Okay.
Hopefully everything paid.
The audience, are some of the games open for... It's limited.
Yeah, it's limited.
Go check a Chelsea game, Lara. Man.
Yeah, but what was I gonna mention? Oh, I thought I made this comment that I believe the fight should have been stopped, and it would have been stopped after that. I believe it was the 4th round, right? Yeah. The 4th round, when Warrington, after the round, stumbled into the referee. Referee kind of helped him get up. If the referee would have not been there, he would have fell, stumbled back to his corner. And I believe if he wasn't British, if he wasn't the A side, if he wasn't Josh Warrington, I believe they would have stopped the fight. But and even Tony Bellew and a lot of the commentators were saying that they thought he was concussed and they thought he was out. They were saying, we don't know if he's going to remember these rounds.
Why, like that?
Yeah, it was like that because he was just fighting out of natural instinct. He didn't look like he recovered. His legs were wobbly throughout the fight. And Mauricio Lara did his thing, man. Took him out. But hopefully Warrington's okay. I read somewhere that his jaw was broken. I don't know if that's accurate. Got to check the sources. But, yeah. tremendous fight, man. First upset of the year, you're gonna say? First major upset of the year?
First major upset, just because nobody knew who Lara was, and everybody knew that, obviously Warrington, undefeated fighter at the time, knocked off some of the bigger names, that we're used to hearing from the British side. And I had him really high. Like, I really didn't think he was, gonna.
Yeah.
I thought if he lost, he's gonna lose to another name fighter.
I was disappointed in myself for hyping him up so much.
Man, but see, I think you gave him credit because you're like, I'm tough on all this British, but I'm gonna give this guy a chance. This guy seems like
after that Carl Frampton fight, I'm like, okay, dude, this guy,
yeah,
he's the real deal.
We'll see what happens. I mean, there was his longest layoff, no crowd. Not to say that the crowd is the one that urges him to win, but it makes an impact. We'll see how he bounces back. I actually checked out Carl Frampton did a reaction video, and he talked extensively about Warrington, and he talked about how it's gonna be tough for him to get back in. It's a knockout loss. He knows how it feels to take a loss. The media is gonna be all over Warrington, but he expressed first congratulations to Lara. He said he didn't see it coming. Nobody really saw it coming, and so he congratulated him, and he hoped the best for Warrington and see if he can bounce back. So yeah.
Yeah, and then to stay on the zone topic, let's not skip over our guy Shane Mosley Jr. Shane Mosley Jr. wins by stoppage. He closed his opponent's eye. He looked good. I kind of caught the fight a little late. I was tuned into ESPN, but good to see Shane winning and getting a KO.
That's the one I did not see. That's the one I missed.
Okay.
It's a knockout.
Yeah.
What did he do good, and how did he look compared to previous bouts?
I mean, he looked like himself. He looked like Shane Mosley Jr. He likes to box. He likes to move. He doesn't like to get hit, as you shouldn't, right? You shouldn't like to get hit, but he looked good. I mean, you expect him to win a fight like this, but it's never guaranteed, right? We expected Josh Warrington to win, but it's not guaranteed. So it's good. It's just good to see Shane Jr. Winning again, staying active, and hopefully big things coming for him. I believe that was his 14th or 15th win in his professional career. So can't wait to see him back again. And that fight was here in Indio, California.
Was Pops in attendance?
I'm not sure, actually. I'm not sure. Like I said, I had him split screen, so I wasn't fully attentive to both. I was kind of one eye here, one eye there.
Yeah. The cross.
I was gonna make a bad joke. But no, yeah. Like I said, it's always good to see Shane winning and hopefully big things coming for him. Yeah. He's a talented fighter. It's just about gaining that confidence. I'm pretty sure that fight against Brandon Adams hurt him in his career because a lot of people, I'm pretty sure, counted him out. But yeah, hopefully he stays active, like I said, and hopefully he gets more fights. Hopefully he gets. I'd like to see him 2 more times this year, if possible.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, it's never easy to be the son of a legend, and so there's always gonna be those critics, right? And so he's gonna be fighting them every day, those critics, and every time he gets on stage, they will compare him to his dad. So to this day. But good for him getting that KO, and yeah, I can't wait to see his next fight.
All right, Ronnie Rios defeated Oscar Negrete.
I missed that one.
Yeah, I missed that one. I half saw it. I'm not gonna lie, I half saw it. I was paying attention to ESPN, like I said. But yeah, it seemed like it wasn't that difficult for Ronnie Rios. But let's move on to the main attraction of that event, Jojo Diaz, who did not make weight.
I said Jojo
Diaz who did not make weight. I think you got some shout outs here, Chris. Someone's calling you. What up, GGG?
GGG.
LBC Rec.
LBC Rec. Oh, what's up, compa?
Yeah, that's your homie, right?
That's a homie. Yep.
Yeah, he's here. Cosmos saying, "Yo, what up? What up? What up?" Thanks for tuning in. But yeah, we're talking about Jojo Diaz right now. Jojo Diaz, who didn't make weight, got stripped of his title. Of course, that he won against Tevin Farmer, and lost it on the scales, man. Lost it on the scales, and didn't even win the fight.
Damn. What do you think of his What do you think of the scoring? Do you think it was who did you favor in this fight?
I mean, tough to score. I'm not mad at it.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people did see him winning, maybe by a round or two,
Mm-hmm.
7-5, whatever. But I don't care. I don't feel bad for him, man.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad for him.
I actually saw this whole fight.
Yeah.
The first rounds to JoJo.
Snooze fest.
No, I thought it was good. I thought it
Yeah.
was competitive. Obviously, I was watching it like yelling at Joe, dude, you didn't make weight. Come on, man. Like,
Yeah.
but
You expect better.
better. Yeah.
You didn't make that sacrifice to lose the extra 4 pounds. You at least expect to be
Yeah.
for him to be stronger than
Yeah.
before, maybe strong, very fit. But I don't know.
To me, I'm not. We're not boxers. We know it's tough to it's making weight. It's a hassle. But that's what you signed up for. To me, I guess it just upset me because it took me back to how when he won the title, how happy he was and how hard he worked to get it, and then to just lose on the scale. It's a cheap way to lose it. But I thought he won the first rounds. I think the weight issues showed up in the middle rounds, and Rakhimov was landing more cleanly. Down the stretch, I think Rakhimov had his rounds, and then JoJo had his the closing. So it was close. If I had to pick a winner, I would have given it to Rakhimov. 7-5.
Ooh.
I would have to say 7-5, but I can't be bad at 6-6 or a 7-5 for JoJo. But I felt it more for Rakhimov. They didn't seem too upset. It seems like they could probably run it back, and yeah, we'll see if JoJo makes weight. But now it just takes me back when he won the title from Farmer,
Yeah.
and how much that meant to
I
him.
started believing in him after
Did you?
that farmer fight, and I felt let down.
Because you weren't a fan at first, right? You were like,
I was indifferent. I was
Okay.
neutral about him. And after he wore that Kobe jersey and beat Farmer the way he did, I was like, all right,
you're like, all right.
I'm messing with this guy now. And just like that.
You're like, Barbosa isn't the only Almonte guy I'm gonna support. There's another one.
To this day.
But yeah, we'll see what happens. I think he does have a fan friendly style. I do like it when he mixes it up, and so we'll see
I
if
don't
he
know.
can-
I don't know what's missing.
Hmm.
I don't know what's missing, but there's something missing there. But yeah, that's
Okay.
I mean, that's a good way to end it. Silence.
I was gonna say maybe the Andy factor. Like it's like you have to take it 100% serious, not just.
Hey, is Andy back? Andy Reese, is he back?
Reese?
I saw some rumors. I don't
I
know how
heard
true
some
they are.
things.
You
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
confirm.
What did you hear? I'll say what I heard.
Chris Arreola.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what you
what I
heard.
Yeah.
But immediately when I saw those rumors, I saw them like on Twitter or something. I tried to
Yeah.
Google it, didn't find much, and I didn't see anything on Andrew Reese's page. So
Yeah.
that's normally what I go off
Mhm.
of when they actually post it. I didn't see any posts, so we'll see.
So if
I want to see the fight though.
these verifiers don't verify, it ain't it.
Yeah. If they got a blue check and they say it's legit,
Yeah. Unless you're Ryan.
that was crossing my mind, but I didn't want to say it.
We might have him on soon, so we'll edit
Yeah.
this out.
He's probably watching right now. Shout out to you, Ryan. Shout out to you, dog.
Yeah, but I heard that one. We heard about this one for years, right? Areola, Andy, barn burner, Mexican. No pun intended. But that would be a great fight. That would be an all. I can't think of another time we've had an all Mexican heavyweight, except at the carne asada. But I said this guy.
Unbelievable.
But no, that would be a great fight if it does come to fruition.
Shout out to all the Theos who are
For real.
a few pounds overweight.
Yo le ganó a ese Andy. A comer.
Yeah, Cosmo, we went over Marinez against Commey already.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Tough loss for Marinez. Very good win for Commey. I mean, they're both very likable people.
Yeah.
So, you feel bad for Jackson, obviously, but
Mhm.
Commey, he's still in the mix and he's still a dangerous fighter.
Yeah.
He still can beat a lot of these guys. Like, I don't know if a guy like Devin Haney gets over a guy like Richard Commey, honestly.
I think Comey is like that, just perfect gate.
I think Commey takes out a guy like Romero, too.
That
Shout out to
That's-
Rollies. I like you. You're very funny, but I'm just saying, man, this man from Ghana, he ain't playing around.
Yeah, I think that's one of the names that they called out. Like, oh, Romy, you beat this guy beat him. Let's make it happen. I think Rollies has power to hurt Comey. I just don't think. I think Richard has more of that foundation. I think he gets to him before, but
Yeah.
that fight, if that happens, no, that one's not going to the scorecards at all.
100%. And that was the zone. We went over ESPN as well. I think there's one more thing on our notes here to go over, unless you have anything to add from that last weekend.
Nah, I think we
Not
covered
much.
it all.
Yeah.
Let's jump into it.
Oh, man. Miguel Berchelt, Oscar Valdez. You guys heard Blunose's prediction. He's leaning more toward Berchelt. Obviously, he was in the ring with Valdez, knocked him down. But yeah, you know, I still gotta watch the like the shows that ESPN did.
Yeah,
I don't know what they call it, Blood, Sweat,
Blood,
and Tears.
Sweat, and Tears,
Yeah, that's what they
yeah.
called it. I still gotta watch them. They look very cool. I've
Yeah.
seen some clips on Instagram, but I gotta watch that. But I'm going with Berchelt, and contrary to popular, you know, opinion, most people are saying knockout for Berchelt. I'm gonna give some credit to Valdez, and I'm gonna say it's gonna go 12 rounds.
12 rounds.
Yeah, I don't think Berchelt has faced an opponent of this caliber, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think I said this on the last podcast, but I think it depends on if people are allowed to go and how many people show up. Do you know if there's an audience in attendance?
So it's Las Vegas, from what I know. So it would be a no. Let me confirm that with you right now.
I think. I mean, I still
Imagine, oh my God,
Jesus,
man!
yeah.
Imagine this fight like Cinco de Mayo or
Cinco de Mayo or
Mexican Independence Weekend. So you can make it anywhere. You can make it in LA, Vegas,
Texas.
You can Texas. You can make it in Mexico.
Yeah.
That shit would have been fireworks, but yeah.
Yeah, if it's in Vegas, and probably close out to the audience. But I think if there was an audience, I don't think it goes the distance. I think that just the audience just kind of makes you bring out that Mexican warrior side, whether you know, whether the game plan was not to do that. You know, it's just the way it's built. It's Mexican against Mexican, warrior against warrior. You know, Berchelt, we saw what he did to, you know, El Bandido, and what he's done to, you know, other fighters that are very well respected. It's just, he's got another gear. Oscar Valdez is just, you know, also a very high level fighter.
It's at the bubble.
You gotta pop that bubble and let people in.
And just, I don't want to forget the undercard. Gabriel Flores Jr. is fighting against Jason Velez. Elvis Rodriguez is fighting as well. Sandra Sayas is on the card. So it's going to be a very good card overall. It says the action starts 7 p.m., but I think that's the main event. It's going to start earlier on ESPN. So don't miss that, man. If you're a boxing fan,
What would this
is a
mean?
great weekend right here.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, what would this mean for Oscar if he's able to pull this off?
Bigger opportunities.
Eddie Reynoso, trainer of the year. Give it to him now.
Without a doubt. Canelo can lose to Yildirim, and he will still win it. He will still win trainer of the year.
Man, is it possible if Oscar wins this and Canelo wins the first one that trainer of the year already?
Of course, lock it in.
Lock it in.
Lock it in, man. Lock it in.
You know what? Just turn off 2021 for boxing. It's over. Wrap it up.
What
Let's go home.
I mean, I know you're gonna choose Teofimo Lopez Sr. nonetheless. But
Man.
no, but yeah, this is gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be a great fight. Obviously, Berchelt bigger physically, a stronger opponent. But hey, man, I'm gonna give Oscar Valdez and the Canelo team, Eddie Reynoso, some credit, and I'm gonna say that he's gonna go 12 rounds, maybe 8-4 for Berchelt. I think the power is gonna be too much the size, but Valdez he might be a little quicker.
Yeah.
So if he can use that to his advantage, you know, I know most people aren't giving him a chance, but I'm gonna put some respect on his name.
Hey.
Yeah, but if Berchelt wins by KO, of course, that's what most people are expecting, right? But
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a great fight, man.
Yeah.
These guys are just gonna fight. When was the last time we seen an all-Mexican war? I said this a month ago, but you know, when was the last time? I don't remember. It's gonna be great.
It's been a minute. I've even had just casual followers tell me like, oh yeah, I'm gonna watch this fight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see this one. This one's it. And yeah, I'm a little like, I think the hype is like, the expectation is so great. I feel like I don't want to get my hopes up, because we're thinking fight of the year. We're thinking that. I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna see a good fight, just so I can see
All right.
a great fight.
My brother's saying Berchelt under 6. Cosmo's saying I got Valdez by body KO round 10.
Valdez, okay.
That's what I'm talking about. I like when people jump out the window, baby. No, because if it works,
If it works, he
now
looks like a genius.
we all look dumb, and you look
If
like
he's
you know what
right-
you're talking about.
If he's right, we'll send him a shirt.
Let's go. Let's get it. Cosmo,
Cosmo.
get at us if you get it right.
Yeah.
We ain't hard to find, right?
We ain't hard to find.
Against DA-ropes on all social network
Be
platforms.
like, hey, where's my shirt on Sunday morning?
Write it down in the
gonna be
comment
like,
section, whatever.
I'll be hungover.
You
And say,
know.
where's my shirt? Man, body shot. Okay, I can see it. A lot of people just think Valdez is just susceptible to that offense. He is known in the past for not having the greatest defense. I think he's tightened it up a little bit since joining the Canelo team. But again, it's a Mexican, it's a Mexican free for all. So defense. I don't think it's gonna play a factor in here. I think it's just they're gonna go all out. So I'm gonna say Berchelt by knockout.
You said it last week already. You're
What did
locked
I
in,
say?
so you can't change
What
it.
did I say before the 9th or the 10th?
I don't remember the round, but you said knockout.
I just said knockout.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go a little. I'm gonna predict the round. I'm gonna say by the 10th.
By the 10th.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm giving Valdez credit.
Yeah. All right. So as far as percentage, I always like to do percentages, right?
Okay.
What are you doing? I'm gonna say like 70-30 Berchelt. I don't know
70-30?
what you're thinking.
65-35.
65.
Nah, 60-40. 60-40.
So you're giving Valdez even more credit than me.
I think so, dude.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, it's possible.
I'm saying 70-30, but yeah.
I think. See, you're giving 70-30, but you're still putting respect on Valdez's name. Like,
Yeah,
he's gonna go the distance.
He's
Okay.
gonna go 12.
Okay. We're at odds there, but I see where you're coming from. I just want to see a great fight. I think we're gonna get it. Again, I don't want to get too overly hyped because
Yeah.
I know once I watched that 24/7 that your brother told me about, I think I'm gonna get even more excited. But yeah, this is gonna be good, man. These guys are both fighting for legacy, and we know what a win over the other would mean for each of them. So
Let's go. We're locked in. I got decision. You got KO. It's going down this Saturday, February 20th. Berchelt against Valdez, ESPN, top ranked.
What would be the most unexpected outcome? A draw?
Valdez KO.
Valdez KO?
Well, yeah, I'll say Valdez KO over a draw.
Do you think there's a controversy in this in this outcome or not? No way.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so, but it could happen. What if they want a rematch?
What if there's a cut, or what if they stop it and they go to the cards? Or
That can happen too,
Yeah.
man. I didn't even think about that.
man, I like the ones where it's would he continue? Let him all these things that can happen that the trainer or the ref or something that makes it controversy. But I rather just see just a good old fashioned offensive onslaught. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll be hosting though. We'll be here.
LBC Rec is saying Valdez is gonna win.
Okay. If I'm not mistaken, I think he made a song for. I'm not sure if Valdez or for another fighter. Write us in, bro. I know you made a song for somebody. But yeah, okay.
Derek saying Berchelt gonna knock Valdez out.
There you go. Our boy doesn't lie. Man.
Yeah, he don't lie. And I know Derek was very upset at the Kiko Martinez decision too.
Oh, was he? What did he say?
Oh yeah, he was going off, man. He was going off. I can't repeat it on air because it's too explicit.
Oh, okay. He was burning things in Philadelphia, huh?
He was burning the snow. Minus 20 degrees over there, man.
Man. He brought a British flag and started burning it.
What's up with that? I know Texas was frozen. Alan Garcia was telling me that Kansas was frozen too. It was like negative 17 degrees. He was telling me in Kansas.
Yeah, man.
That's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, I know Virgil Ortiz Jr. he tweeted about a 50-car pileup in Texas because of the frozen
Yeah, it was
roads,
like
man.
100.
It was bad.
There's videos of it too. It was crazy.
Yeah. Crazy things out there, man. But dude, I was excited for this weekend. There was a lot of boxing, man. Covered a lot. Obviously, the big winners, Mr. Lara. He went from being unknown to just, the biggest thing and the biggest surprise, biggest upset of 2021. So,
Oh yeah, he's the man. He's the man right
he's
now.
the man right now.
Raw Dog is asking how many amateur fights does Blunose have? I'm not sure, but he said his first amateur fight was at 12 years old. So
Yeah.
probably racked up a lot of amateur fights. But yeah, I think we could start wrapping it up, man. That's
Yeah.
funny. What a transition, right? From
From
never
Blunose.
mind. From Raw Dog to never mind. All right,
Raw Dog 2, wrapping it up.
let's get out of here. Just quick last shout outs from my part. We mentioned last week, but we're gonna go ahead and mention it again. Right Hook Roxy, March 6th exhibition fight. That's on pay-per-view. I believe it's only a $10 pay-per-view, but you guys can check out more details on her Instagram. And then Alan Garcia and Martin Saldaña, February 27th, that's going down in Mexico. I saw them sparring this week, so hopefully everything goes well. They're looking good, so shout out to them, man. And shout out to Blunose, man. Shout out to Blunose who joined us
today.
Yeah.
Hey, and,
Cool
and anybody that wants to jump on the predictions, Gio has a template.
I forgot to pull it up today, but
just put it on the comments and put your prediction. Who's the outright winner and whether it's a decision or knockout for that outright winner. And we're gonna start keeping track and see who's got
who knows their stuff.
Yeah. All right, guys, that's all for us.
Yeah, that's it, man. One last shout out to Puro Golpe. Follow them at Puro Golpe on Instagram, and the shop is www.purogolpe.com. And did you want to send someone a shout out?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, we got El Primo over here, Mr. Alberto Mosqueda, who's starting his little business, food prepping. So follow him at Albert Preps on Instagram. Once again, it's Albert Preps.
Yeah, man.
On Instagram.
We're gonna go get some food right now.
We are.
See what it do.
He promised us, man. He promised us, and so here it is. Hey.
All right. And let me not skip over Derek's comment. Watch out for Sonny Canto, who's on the Berchelt undercard.
Okay.
Derek is putting us on a lot of those guys on the undercard, so I'm gonna check that out for sure. It's this Saturday, ESPN Top Rank. Send a check.
Hey,
I'm just kidding. Shout out to Sean from Just Boxing as well. That's it. What's up?
I said we're gonna host the fight, dude. We're gonna get like a monitor so our boy Derek can watch the fight with us. Just have his face there.
Some FaceTime type of thing.
Yeah.
Hey, Derek, you should join us on the podcast one day. I know people be shy, like
he cusses a lot though, so we gotta.
Yeah, he's too flagrant.
He's too flagrant.
Okay.
We'll have him.
I gotta do something there. Mess with the settings.
He's laughing.
No, but that's one thing I would like to do for people who watch the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Have them get on one time. I'll put them in the little corner right here somewhere. Like, put them on the corner and have their face showing. I know Derek is over there in Pennsylvania, so we don't expect them to fly out here just for a podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, people have done it in the past.
They have.
I mean,
we're not gonna put you. We're gonna put the pressure on you, bro.
It's frozen out there. We're not gonna ask for too much, but yeah, that's one thing. If any of you guys who listen ever want to be on the podcast, hit us up. We'll get you on. We'll get a little video chat, a screen somewhere there on the corner, and I could chop it up with us.
Yeah, there we go. All right, so we got a couple guests that want to come on, guys. We'll give you guys some updates and see who we get on, but it's always a great conversation getting to know these guys outside of that boxing circle. So yeah, stay tuned.
Yeah, and Derek says one day I'll come out there. Need to see that nice weather, bro. We're sweating in here.
For real.
I'm wearing shorts, bro. I'm wearing shorts and a freaking short sleeve shirt.
It's the bright lights, man. Too many bright lights here.
Yeah. Not to brag, but I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
All right. Well, that's it, man. Thank you guys for joining us, man. Thank you guys for keeping that chat lit. We'll be back soon. Maybe a post-fight reaction, Chris. We'll see how our schedules look, and we'll get a post-fight reaction from this big card this weekend. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks to Adam Lopez for joining us. We'll be keeping in touch with him, and I'm sure we'll have him on soon. Hopefully, he gets a fight soon. But yeah, man, that's it for us in sunny Southern California.
Sunny Southern
California. Nice warm weather. What, 60 degrees?
Yeah, around there.
Around there. We good. We good. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the people on the East Coast. Texas, Kansas.
Frozen wastelands.
We'll be back soon, man. Right. Let's go, mate. Well, before we go, I gotta hit him with the.
God, no.
We forgot to talk about AB. We forgot. Hey, it's all good. Shout out to AB. Let's go, mate.
Let's go.
Michael, you already know I said I'm a fun guy.
Hola amigos? Soy Juan Francisco Gallo. Quiero mandar un saludo para mis amigos de Contra las Cuerdas. Échenle muchas ganas. Un abrazo. Muchas bendiciones.
Shout out to Against the Ropes. You know what mine is? Let's box, bitches. It's almost fight night.
Shout out to Against the Ropes. Thank you for the support. Keep doing your thing. You're doing a great job. So thank you and best wishes.
Huge shout out to Against the Ropes. Against the Ropes.
Shout out to Against the Ropes. Thank you guys for the interview and hope to see you guys soon.
Against the Ropes, always doing the right thing.
Shout out to Against the Ropes, man. I appreciate you guys for having me, taking the time out y'all day.